Hey everybody, how's it going? Mike from the Focus Garage here, and today we're going to be in the C6 Grand Sport. Now, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be the first driving style vlog in this car that I've ever filmed. I think I filmed one kind of with it parked in my garage, but I'm pretty sure this is the first one of me behind the wheel driving this car here. And it's a nice Sunday actually in late December, and I figured I would take the car out for a little drive to a memorial type cruise that they had earlier this morning. But while the day is still warm, it's about, I don't know, 35 or so degrees here. It hasn't snowed or rained, so the roads are nice and dry. Figured I'd go ahead and film a little driving vlog here for you guys, just so you can kind of get some first-hand impressions of the interior of the car while we're driving it around. Now, if audio is terribly trash, you'll have to forgive me. I didn't bring my mic with me because this was kind of a spur of the moment type drive. Got a police officer right here. Let's see. Okay, good. They didn't come after me, so that's always a positive sign. The benefit of having this dual mode exhaust is that if I do want to shut the car up, I can go ahead and close the exhaust, which it is closed right now. I'll tell you if I go ahead and open it. But the exhaust is closed right now, which I'm hoping is going to make it a little bit easier to hear me while we're driving along here. What I figured that I would do while I've got the car out and while it's sunny out and it's still the daytime is that I would take it to a kind of scenic spot here and get some pictures of the car outside with the new modifications that I put on it. As you can see in the recent videos that we've released, I went ahead and I did the ZR1 style front lip. I did the new LED fog light, the Morimotos with the housings, and then I did the smoked LED side markers as well. So we've kind of got a little bit of everything going on. Wow, we've got motorcycles out on the left here. Holy cow. That's crazy. It's 32 degrees right now, and we got a bunch of people and motorcycles on the side of the road. I hope everything's okay, but damn, it's cold to be doing that right now. So anyways, yeah, I just wanted to get some pictures of the car and kind of a scenic lot, see what everything looks like there. But I did want to give you guys kind of my driving impression of this car now that I've had it for 6-7 months now. I've put a couple thousand miles on it. I've done some more spirited driving with it. I've done some cruising with it. I've even done some drag racing with it. And I just kind of wanted to share my overall thoughts with you guys about the C6 and that general platform there. And I must tell you, I'm very, very pleased with this car. After that cruise that I went on this morning, on the way back from the little Corvette meetup that we went to, I still am blown away by how comfortably this car cruises along in 5th or 6th gear. So when you're doing highway speeds or even like, you know, more just 50 mile an hour driving, just cruising along in 5th gear, this car is so complacent and such a nice vehicle to drive. I mean, you just put it in 5th and the car tracks straight. It's not super crazy loud. There's no droning, and it's honestly a car that you can road trip in. And I know I've made a ton of comparisons to my C5Z, which was much more modified, I guess you could say, from a drivetrain standpoint. But this car is just a very, very pleasant, comfortable car to cruise along on, you know, once you're moving. Sure, with any kind of car with a cam, especially a bigger cam in it, they can be a little bit of a bear to drive at lower speeds. So I hate being in stop and go traffic with this car, you know. First gear, clutch in, clutch out, you know, 10 miles an hour, stop, 5 miles an hour, stop. That's very old, very annoying. I don't like doing that. But if I can just get this car on a straight or a curvy road and cruise along at 50 to 70 miles an hour at a top, you know, 5th or 6th gear, this car is so nice and so comfortable. One of the things I found on this car after I was raising suspension, because when I bought the car it was super low, is that this car actually has Bilstein shocks at all 4 corners. So somebody went and they upgraded the factory AC Delco stuff with Bilstein, so the car rides really, really nice. You could ask my brother who was in the car this morning, every time we saw like a big you know, dip in the road or a bump, we'd like winch because we think it was going to be terrible, and then the car would just glide over the bump like no problem, like nobody's business. That's another cool thing about the car, is that it's a livable car. You know, if it weren't for the snow that we get here in the Chicagoland suburbs that I'm in, I would be probably driving this car more through the winter. But with the snow and everything, this isn't a car that you really want to be driving in the winter. And again, I bought this as a summer car to enjoy in the warm weather, but I got the itch. You know, this car's been stored for a month and a half, 2 months now, and I figured, you know, like I said, it's sunny out, it's dry out, there's no salt on the ground yet, that, you know, if there was another 30, 40 vets doing that cruise and and there was a reason to kind of take this car out and just see it in the sunlight one last time before it truly does sleep for the winter. Why not, you know, kind of experience that, get the car out there and just see what you think about it. And man, I want to open the exhaust for you now and kind of play around a little bit just so you can hear how much different it is in the interior. So here we go. We've got a mild-to-wild controller in the center console thing here. We're going to open it up. So I'm sure you can probably hear that almost immediately. It's very loud. And then you get the crackles, the pops. Hang on. No pops. I guess the exhaust isn't warm enough here yet. Alright, so no pops with the exhaust yet, but I'm going to leave the flaps open for a second here, just so you can kind of get an idea of how much louder the car is. I love the way it sounds, and now that I finally have this dual mode working properly, it's so neat to be able to go from a loud car that's essentially as close as you can get to straight pipes while still having some sort of exhaust, and then quiet it up and all the drone and the noise is gone. It's such a neat way to have the best of both worlds like that. Oh, it's so good. And then what we'll do here is we'll go ahead and press the button, and we're quiet again. So all I have to do is press the button, it go ahead and generate some vacuum, closes the exhaust, and that's it. It's quiet again. It was as easy as that. And now we can cruise along and I can talk to you, and you can probably hear me again now that the exhaust isn't ripping in your ear. So we're gonna be driving to a little downtown area on a river lake and get some pictures of the car by the water there. It's a pretty cool spot. There's some older industrial buildings there, a big smokestack chimney thing. I don't really know. What I should have done, and I didn't, is film that meet earlier this morning. Like I was saying, there's a local Corvette group, and again, this is late December. They were holding a memorial cruise for a member that had passed away a little while ago due to some health complications, and we all met up at a centralized location, and then we drove past the house with the family members of the group member that had passed away, and it was probably like 30 plus Corvettes, 30 to 40 Corvettes of all generations, everything from I think C4s to C8s. And let me tell you, this is the most C8s I've ever seen in one location. I think there was like 10 plus C8s, and I even got to see my first C8 convertible. I had never seen one of them in real life before, and from a distance it was very interesting because I thought somebody had just like vinyl wrapped the back C-pillars to make it look kind of, you know, more like an invisible roof type look. And then when I went up to the car, I had noticed that instead of the sloped back window that the C8s have, this car had a flat back window, almost like a Lamborghini Gallardo, and you could see it was a convertible. So it was the hardtop convertible C8, the first one I'd seen in person. And I think this is a relatively newer car because I think GM just started selling them more recently here. So that was really, really interesting to see kind of that drop top C8. And it was cool to see it around the regular C8s there. The only bummer about the C8 convertible is that it doesn't have the clear engine cover where you can see kind of the motor like you can in the standard C8s, which isn't a big deal because the C8 engine, that LT engine, is just a bunch of freaking plastic covers anyway. So yeah, you can get the engine appearance package that has like carbon fiber covers and like LED lights, but you're still just looking at plastic. You're not really seeing much of an engine there. So I don't know, that's one of those things, but I thought it looked really cool. I almost like the look of the C8 convertible better than the regular C8 with the top up. So like if I bought that car, I probably wouldn't even want to put the top down. It looks really cool just as a standard vehicle with the top up. This is definitely the first time that I think I've brought you guys along for a little cruise in the C6 here. And what do you guys think? You know, it's all black interior, which I really, really wanted when I got this car, unless I could have found one with a red interior. But with me wanting the Inferno Orange, I don't think that a red interior would have, oh, look at this guy with his Trailblazer. I'll let him in front of me, but he's a frickin' I don't understand why people do that. This guy's been behind me for quite some time now, and he feels the need to squeeze merge in front of me when there's a ton of traffic in front of me. Like, bro, we're not going anywhere. We're not gonna get anywhere. I'm already doing the speed limit. maybe more than the speed limit, but we're already doing the speed limit. There's nowhere for you to go. So now I get to be behind him when he's behind 8 other cars. Never understand the driving dynamics of some people here. It's always interesting, especially when there's traffic on the road. No, what I was saying is, we got the all black interior in this car. I like the way that looks. The seats are in great condition. The dashboard's in great condition. This ideally looks like a brand new C6 Corvette in the interior. It's got the nice Lloyd's embroidered floor mats. I like being in this car, I really do. I've said it 100 times too. I love the suede steering wheel, the suede e-brake, the suede shift knob, all that dumb suede stuff from the Centennial Edition. Makes this car kind of a little bit nicer of a place for me to be, and just makes it feel more premium. Again, I'm always gonna try and console myself that I bought the base 1LT trim with no heads-up display, no heated seats, no nav, nothing like that, to make myself feel better about my little dumb suede parts that have been added after the fact here. But again, do you really want an old heads-up display? Do you really want to drive this car with heated seats? Although today I do. It's 32 degrees outside, and heated seats would be pretty nice. But hey, the car's got working heat, so I don't really care that much here. I'll be really interested as well to hear how much road noise there is, how much engine noise there is, tire noise, all that stuff with this car, with the exhaust and quiet mode. So the pretty much whole time that I've been driving for you guys here, we've had it in that quiet mode just to see. But I just wanted to bring you guys along with me to kind of show you for a little quick thoughts and driving video here in my C6 Grand Sport Corvette in the winter in Illinois. So again, we are late December. I think this is like the 19th or the 20th of December in 2020. So it's always an interesting, fun day when you can get a fun car out at the end of the year. So I love this, you know, just being able to go for a little bit of a cruise. This is one of the first times that I'm actually really glad that I'm able to store the car at my personal garage. So when I was looking to put the car away for the winter, I thought about, you know, storing it in more of like a storage facility. So somewhere where I drive it away, leave it there till March or April, not worry about it. But I ended up keeping it in my garage over the winter, which I'm really glad about, because on a day like today where other people are bringing their nice stuff out, where it's sunny out, where it's warm out, there's no salt, I can go ahead and get in this car and enjoy it, you know? Otherwise, I would just be looking at everybody else enjoying their fun cars, and mine's gone and away and I can't get it, it's locked in. But with it in my personal garage, I just gotta take it off the battery charger and go for a little rip. Plus, with it being this time of year, I'm not gonna get bug guts on the car. The car's not really gonna get too dirty. I'm just gonna get probably some killer brake dust. So I'll just wipe that down, top the tank off, throw some stabilizer back in it, throw it back on the trickle charger, and it's good to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed coming along with me for this winter ride. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next video.